Hi, Fernando. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Fernando, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yes, perfect. Thank you.
My camera was
We're waiting for other people to come in to join us.
good.
Just a quick question, Fernando. Were you able to get sworn in for the commission?
No, I have not. Is it still possible to do that in person?
Um, I think you will have to schedule an appointment with either with the clerks of the council. We should have done that before the meeting though, but I think should be okay.
I'll email them.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, actually.
As soon as we have a quorum, then we're gonna get started.
Okay.
And I think David's the one that like figured it out. Oh, it's like, it's very automatic.
I know, that's what I thought. I thought it was.
I just saw the video that you guys posted about the utility boxes.
Okay. Have you served in a commission before?
I know I haven't all this in the community really putting events together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we used to help out with the Eastern Bloc Party
Mm-hmm.
and just regular events, usually during the art walks.
Oh, okay. I see.
Missed the art walks.
Hi, Ryan. Can you hear me?
Hi, Bianca. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Let me get my camera on here just a second.
Okay. That's a nice view from your office.
Thank you. There we go. And I'm here.
There you are. Hi, Robin.
Hi, everybody. I was trying to rename myself, but it doesn't seem to allow me to do that.
Let me see if I can do it for you.
Thank you, Bianca.
You're welcome. Is 1B. Okay. Okay. There you go. We'll just wait a few minutes for everyone else to join us so we can have a quorum and get start with the meeting.
Beautiful, thanks.
Hello. And you are?
I am Frank Gutierrez.
Okay. Hi, Frank. Nice to meet you.
You too.
I'm going to rename you so that everyone knows who you are, since we have quite a bit of new people. So that way we see who the new faces are. One, two, three. Hi, Madeline.
Hi. Oh, I guess somebody else has said that they're trying to get in right now, but they haven't been let in. I'm not sure.
I don't see anyone here.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes. There's Tram.
Hi, Tram.
I think she's
Hi,
muted.
everyone.
Oh, there she is.
Nice to see some new faces. It's the first time I'm seeing a lot of you.
Yes.
Ooh, love your bokeh background. Still don't know how to do that.
I'll teach you.
Please.
We'll have a Zoom background party.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Oh, yeah.
Wait till you get into Snapchat. You can have a good time with that too.
Yeah.
Hi, Marina.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, how's
Oh.
everybody?
Good. Oh, this is great. Zoom allows for more
Well,
participation here. Oh, I see. I think Gabby's getting situated. Oh, yeah, I should.
how's everybody doing since, gosh, we haven't seen each other?
Oh, I
Hey,
know.
Madeline. Hey, Robin. And Tram.
Yeah.
Everybody. Good to see you, Frank.
Robin, who's the that art done by behind you? In your background?
Oh, that was done by Jovan,
I thought so.
doing a lot of the work downtown that you might be seeing in the murals. Yeah, isn't it fabulous? It's based on,
I don't recognize it.
yeah, it's not the whole thing, but yeah, he did it.
Gorgeous.
Hi, guys. A lot of familiar
Hi.
faces. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Few more minutes. We're still waiting for more people to join us to have a quorum. Here's Jennifer.
Gabby?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, there's Ryan.
It's
Hey,
nice to
Ryan.
meet you.
Nice to see everyone.
Jennifer, your hair is so much cooler than mine. It's like,
Thank you. Thank you. It's big.
At least you have hair. I don't.
Hey, Ryan, are you just holding still or is that a picture?
I don't know.
Because you have not moved yet, man. I go, wow, he's really intent.
Blink if you need help, Ryan.
Yeah. Are you in a hostage situation?
That's a good one.
How many more people do we need to reach quorum?
We need 1, 2, 3. One more person.
One more person. Josie said she'd be here. Who else? Manny. I don't know. if
Manny and then Rosa.
and Rosa. Yeah, I'm not sure if those two will show up. But definitely Josie.
Mhm. A few more minutes.
Is it possible to call somebody on a cell phone just to know where they're at?
Okay, Manny said he tried to log in. I don't know what his, on the public side, haven't seen the login. Okay.
Is he on Chrome?
Oh, yeah, huh?
He has to be on Chrome, otherwise it might be complex.
You're right.
I think like Ryan had tried to get in with the normal link that was on the page and it was difficult. And I used a link that Robin sent me. And
Okay.
I put it up on Facebook too, so folks would be able to get in. But
Okay. Oh, that's good.
I
Okay.
can email it to Manny too, if you'd like.
He said, yes, just need to Zoom room link.
Okay, I'll forward him the information.
Okay. Um,
Otherwise, they could participate by phone directly, can't they?
okay. And then, yeah, I don't know about Josie. I hope she makes it. Oh, here we go. She says, hi, sorry, I don't have the link to join. Josie, okay, I'll send it to her. Hold on.
Okay, that seems to be better.
Oh, yay, I hear somebody. Let me just send the link to Josie. Josie. And I'll let her know just.
So Josie would be a he.
Oh, because the middle name is Gloria. This person's middle name is Gloria, Josie Gloria Hernandez.
oh, it's Josue Gloria.
Oh, Josue, sorry.
Because It's Happening radio show.
Ah, okay. Good to know.
There's Manny.
And sorry, I think I had confused the link with the community development meeting sent out by Bianca for 2/24.
Go get my card and put it down on me. Are you in a meeting next week?
Yay, I see Josue.
So just know I'm coming back, okay?
Thanks.
Hi, yes. Sorry, I was a little confused about where the link was.
Okay, so since we are all here, if you can give me 1 minute, we have a new platform that we're using. So I just need to get the video started so we can start recording and start with the meeting. Give me 1 minute, please. Okay, Trump. We're good.
All right. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for making it to our very, very first Zoom commission meeting ever. I do like that there's a lot more participation this way. Today's going to be a little different because we obviously don't have a chair or vice chair elected yet. So until then, I'm going to be running the meeting like the chair. But as soon as we vote for our chair, I'm starting from next meeting to the end of the year, it will be whoever is our elected chair will be running the meeting from then on. So at first, I'd like to introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tram Lee. I'm the Arts and Culture Specialist for the City of Santa Ana. My role is to be your liaison to city staff, artists, arts organizations, businesses, and residents in the city. And also because this is our first Zoom meeting, Commission Zoom meeting, please forgive any mistakes or technical difficulties we may have today and possibly for the next few meetings until we get the hang of the technology, okay? Everything is unintentional. I'm so sorry for everything starting now. Okay, so let's start. This is the regular meeting of the Arts and Culture Commission. Today is February 18th, 2021. Seeing a quorum, this meeting is officially called to order. Madam Recording Secretary, please take roll call.
Manny Escamilla,
Present.
Rosa Garcia, Frank Gutierrez,
Present.
Robin McNair,
Here.
Jennifer Oliva,
Here.
Fernando Olivares. Fernando, you here? He is here. Okay. Fernando, you're here, correct? I think he's.
Oh, we can't hear you, Fernando. Can you adjust your audio or something?
And then we have Jose Hernandez. I'm so sorry. How do you pronounce your first name?
Jose,
Jose. Okay, Jose. Very good.
present. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have a quorum and we can continue.
Thank you. Even though you most likely don't have an American flag in your home, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America,
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty
liberty and
and
justice for all.
Thank you. Does the public have any comments they wish to share with the commission? And please know that you have 3 minutes to speak.
I guess I have one. Do I say my? Do I just go for it?
What is the process? Policy?
State your name and then your comment, please.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Ooh. I'll start with the first error, but hopefully you can hear me a little bit over the car horn. My name is Ryan Smolar, and I'm with Downtown Santa Ana, and I wanted to tell you about an event coming up online in about 2 weeks, which is Boca de Oro. And a lot of people on the commission and also in the community who are here and not here are involved in this great event. Oh, thank goodness. This year, Boca de Oro is happening online. It's over 100 sessions that are free, occurring online from March 5th through the 7th. And you can register now at bocadeoro.org. And I see like Commissioner Escamilla, he's giving a talk during Boca de Oro on art history here in Santa Ana. And Robin McNair is, Commissioner McNair is part of the organizing commission of this project and has brought hundreds of hundreds of FUSD students to be involved in it over the course of the last 5 years and this year. And Madeline Spencer, who works downtown with the Santa Ana Business Council, is the presenter of the project. And I think I saw Marina Aguilera here, who's been an amazing presenter of her public art and Chicana history previous years. And just an incredible event, and everyone in the community should know about it. Should definitely go to bocadeoro.org and look at the incredible schedule. They have speakers from local, regional, and national, including Pete Souza, who's on a Netflix documentary and was Obama's chief photographer at the White House, capturing how America looks, and really reflective of our story here in Santa Ana, the diversity and inclusion. So I just encourage everyone to check it out. And thanks so much for the time and the platform. And I'm really glad you guys are meeting again and that there's this forum. So thank you, Tram and commissioners.
Thank you, Ryan.
Hello, can I go next? It's Alicia.
So
Hello?
Tran, if you're chairing, you have to recognize Tran.
Sorry. Yes. I don't know what the language is, but yes, please, Alicia.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Alicia Rojas. I am a local artist, muralist, and also an arts advocate in the city over 10 years. And I just wanted to welcome all the new art commissioners. I see very familiar faces. I'm very excited to have.
Okay. All right. Bye.
And I also would like to offer ideas regarding your work study session on mural guidelines. I would suggest for the commission to form an ad hoc committee made up of local artists and muralists and community members to be part of the drawing table of solutions and coming up with the guidelines and involve artists from inception, not just at the end for approval. So that's my biggest recommendation to the new Arts Commission, is to make sure to involve artists in the process, invite them to the table so we can work out solutions. And then the other thing I would like to talk about is Art Walk. As we know, COVID has hit Art Walk, unfortunately, due to the PBID as well, and it's not being able to happen due to lack of permits, even though other events have occurred. So we would like to ask for support from the Art Commission to continue to have Art Walk be focused on local artists and how we can come back to the promenade on a safe way, and also for the city to fund Art Walk independently outside of the PBID, because then it is controlled by just one or two groups, which currently Downtown Inc. is not communicating with the artists about what's happening with Art Walk. So there is a lot of anxiety out there about seeing other vendors set up and what's happening to our local artists. So we need a lot more communication from the city and from the parties that have managed this event. And I'm here to offer my assistance and my help and my support to the new Arts Commission. So thanks for your time.
Thank you, Alicia. Okay, anybody, any other public members?
Yeah.
Yes, Marina.
Hi, local artist Marina Aguilera, and also part of the Murales de Corazon. And I just wanted to touch bases with you all. Welcome. It's going to be exciting, and I'm really looking forward to working with a lot of you, all of you. I just wanted to find out concerning with the murals that we were starting off talking about way back when. I wanted to ask about how they were going to be presented. I know that our city wants to look at its finest, and I wanted to just see how we were going to present them and maybe have a space, an allocated space in an area for the artwork, so we can keep it nice and clean and classy for our city. So I just wanted to put that on the table and see where we go with it, you know. And again, I'm offering my creativity and my energy towards this as well.
Thank you, Marina.
Can I speak?
Yes, Madeline.
Hi. My name is Madeline Spencer, and actually, I just realized it would be a good day to say I was appointed to be an Arts Now advocate for the 5th District. So I am actually, my goal is in this role, which it has a lot to do with the school district and also just the arts and advocacy. So right now, one of the biggest goals is going to be just building an advocacy, like a group of folks that are all advocates. I know that we had a moment where, you know, there was a lot of grants for artists, and there was almost a moment that we weren't going to get those grants back. And then a huge push happened, and we spoke to people in the city, and that money was able to be reallocated. So just building up our community to make sure that they have their eye on each of those things, so that if things like that come up, we have community advocacy to make sure that we can build funding if we don't have it now, and just everybody's voice can be a part of that and strategizing. So, and we're going to be hosting our first like Arts Now advocacy meeting coming up soon. But the other piece of that is that local control district funding, which has done so wonderful to make arts a focal point in the community of Santa Ana. That's happening right now. So if folks know neighbors and stuff, it's a good time to spread the word that they should get involved in that advocacy for funding for the arts within the district, so that students at all levels from kindergarten all the way to high school have the opportunity to be participants in art.
Okay, thank you, Madeline.
I just wanted to say too, with the Murals de Corazon, it was amazing. You know, we all did this with a collaboration with everybody. The Murals de Corazon helped with like the I Am Here to Stay, which community engagement helped fund, which was amazing. We couldn't have done it without them. Frank Gutierrez, who donated the large, massive, beautiful frame. And then, of course, Mr. Yanes of Mimoda donated the home. So it was a great, I just wanted to bring that because we really didn't get to speak about it because then COVID happened a few days later. So I just wanted to give, you know, all of them, just again, the community. We were amazing. We all donated and collaborated. And it was great. We want to continue this with Murals de Corazon. So just wanted to put that out there.
Okay. Any other member of the public? Okay, then we will move on to the consent calendar. But before we begin our consent calendar item, I'd like to ask everybody to just take a minute of silence for Everlina Oliver, for those of you who served with her and remember her. She's a former Arts and Culture Commissioner who represented Ward 6. She passed away this year, or 2020, during the pandemic. So I'm gonna time it and I'm just gonna ask for like a minute. Okay, thank you. Next, I'd like for our staff to introduce themselves, as well as have each of the commissioners briefly introduce themselves, hopefully within 3 minutes each. So let's start with our Economic Development Director, Mark. Oh,
Good
Development Director Manager, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Morley, and I'm the Economic Development Manager for the City of Santa Ana. Arts and culture has been put under economic development in the last few years. We're kind of sat under the city manager's office, and so we're excited to have it here. We think there's a great coordination with arts and culture and economic development, and we look forward to working with you, all the new commissioners. Welcome aboard. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. And how about Ryan, Mr. Ryan Hodge, our legal.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Ryan Hodge, Assistant City Attorney with the City Attorney's Office. I am here to assist with any legal questions that pop up with any of the projects and to assist with process and procedures for the meetings. So please feel free to reach out and ask any questions at any time. I'm here to help.
Thank you, Ryan. And Gabriela Kramer.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to see some familiar faces and welcome the new commissioners. I work with TRAM directly, and I support arts and culture programs as well as other economic development programs with the City of Santa Ana. good to be here.
Thank you, Gabby. And finally, on our staff side, Bianca Sarita.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bianca Zurita. I am the recording secretary for the commission. I am the one that sends emails regarding upcoming meetings. So if you have any questions, you can always email me or you can call me on the phone. I'm available. Thank you and welcome everyone.
Thank you, Bianca. And now let's start with the commissioners, and we'll start with the mayor's appointee. I'm sorry. Oh, Josue, yes?
Jose.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jose. Sorry.
Hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Jose Hernandez. I'm originally from Mexico. It's a little bit about myself. Yeah, just was born there and came to this country when I was 6 years old. And basically grew up a little bit in Anaheim, but then spent a good amount of the last 10 years in Santa Ana. Some folks I know on this, so I'd like to, give a shout out to those folks, but also, like introduce myself to all the new people that I'll be working with. So I look forward to working with all the commissioners. But just briefly, what I've done, I created a festival. I was a volunteer with El Centro Cultural de Mexico some years back, and we did the Música en Movimiento Art and Music Festival, where we had activists and artists and just vendors and different people come together, to bring the two things together, the arts and the culture and all the different things. And then I was also for I believe 5 years part of the board that organized Noche de Altares, which is the biggest Santa Ana Dia de los Muertos festival that we have. So just very proud of the work that I've done in the past. And, the last thing I'll say is that I very much am supportive of the local, the push to bring local artists and local engagement, because we have so much talent in our youth. And I've worked with them in the past when I would mentor folks doing poetry and hip hop in the NACS Center and other places, with different folks that I know that teach in our high schools. There's just so much talent, and we need to very much put them first. So thank you very much. I look forward to working with them.
Thank you, Jose. And then we'll move on to Ward 1, Manny.
Sure. Thank you for that. So Manny Escamilla, I guess it was weird. I am a holdover, so my appointment is, I believe, done as soon as someone is chosen. But I'm really glad to be here with everybody for this first ever Zoom session. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of these as they kind of come out. So for me, really kind of involved in helping artists locally kind of understand historical aspects as to how and where they can incorporate historical themes into their work. So that's kind of been my main kind of effort around arts and culture here in the city. Also kind of helped try to document some of the history as far as where murals, public art, and kind of other major art events have happened. So I'm still working on some stuff there. So I'm really glad for all the plugs with Boca de Oro. And I think a lot of you know that, used to work for the city. And I think the big public announcement that I will be making today here on this public forum is that I'm actually leaving to Oakland in March. So I will be working over in the city of Oakland. Yeah, so this was more likely than not my last meeting here as an arts commissioner, but I'll still be available after work, of course, to help out with anything kind of going on down here, because I still want to make sure that some of that work gets done even from afar. So, saying hello to everybody. I think I know most of you. I guess, Mark, congratulations on the promotion that Tram gave you as executive director of the department. And Ryan, good photo in the background. I think that's your actual office view, right off of the 7th floor. Yeah, and Gabby was so far away they can't see you back there, but I know that you're there, Gabby. And Bianca, very nice to meet you. Thank you for the emails. But yeah, I'll still be available and help out because there is a lot of important work to do. But I will be probably doing it more as a citizen rather than as a commissioner in the future.
Well, congratulations, but sad for us, but glad to know that you're still available. Thank you, Manny. Now, Ward 2, Jennifer.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jennifer Oliva, and my involvement with arts and culture in the city started with the whole music scene that's happening, and a lot of my friends are involved, and that's been my introduction to the arts and culture scene here in Santa Ana. I've been a part of the committee since 2019, and it's been fun working with everyone on the team so far. And I look forward to working with everybody else this year. So thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Now, we're going to skip Ward 3. She's not here. In Ward 4, Robin.
Hi, everybody. It's so nice to be here with you, and I'm excited about this opportunity. Primarily, my day job is that I work with the school district, and I get to support all of arts education. I also serve both nationally and statewide in that lens that helps inform my work for what we do with our youth in Santa Ana. We support like mural preservation. I've worked with Manny and Kevin Cabrera, for example. We're cataloging and doing things in our schools. And we also bring artists into our schools to help support our youth. And then we also are building an economic a pipeline into the city and so I'm glad that the arts and culture fall into that landscape, since we do sit in the U.S. creative economy capital. And there are people outside of California who are accessing the jobs that our students should be able to have. So we're trying to build their capacity and also family and community engagement within the community. So, and in my spare time, I do try to dabble in my own art practice, my own artistic practice. So I stay current and fresh and have that lovely outlet for myself. So I'm looking forward to serving our artists and our community at large. And thank you.
Thank you, Robin. Next is Ward 5, Fernando.
Hello, everybody. I'm new to the Arts and Culture Commission here, and I've been involved with, I'm an artist myself, painter, muralist. I've been involved with the art walks and the East End Block Party, and gosh, for like the last 10 years, maybe more. Putting together events, helping out during art walks every month. I miss them. I can't wait for them to come back again. Currently, I'm working with the Black OC, helping them out with their documentary that they put together. They're gonna do a screening this Sunday at the Copper Door. Yeah, I'm excited to work with all of you guys, see what I can do to help everybody out.
All right, thank you, Fernando. And finally, Ward 6, Frank.
Hello, everybody. This is not the first time I've been a commissioner for Santa Ana. 5 years ago, I was there for maybe 6 months, and then I was replaced because I was there temporarily. But the history of me goes back. I grew up in Coachella Valley, and I was there till the age of 17. Then I studied 3 years in Guadalajara, Mexico, where I was really exposed to art at a different level, because if you know Coachella, very limited to the knowledge of art. But I was exposed in central Mexico. Came back, got a degree from USC in business. I didn't want to continue art, but the practicality of how to make the payment sounded better to study business. And that pretty much aligned me to working with my brother under a business. For 28 years, we've been in the art business, involved under Mesa Art and Framing. We are in Costa Mesa as a business. I live in Santa Ana, of course. And my accounts, we take care of the Museum of Laguna. We take care of the Museum of Long Beach. And of course, we take care of a lot of people. And as far as the history of knowledge of the technical aspects of art, I deal with a lot of artists. I've represented artists from Santa Ana back since 1999. Vladimir Cora, I was with Vladimir in New York, and I was with him in Florida and San Francisco. So all the way from the top of art to the bottom of the technicalities, I'm aware of that. Apart from that, I've always been involved. I graduated from Santa Ana College because of my involvement with the community and involved in education. I was able to go to USC because of that, because of my involvement in the community. and graduated from SC in business, of course. And that pretty much structured me to be able to do what I do now. So I came as a business person, but also involved in Costa Mesa because my business being there. I was the chairperson from 2008 to 2016. For 8 years, I was the chairperson. I am still involved in that committee because I have 14 years of involvement with the city of Costa Mesa at that level. I'm responsible for all the utility boxes for Costa Mesa, in the development of working with artists, of creating a web of art community with that piece of real estate. You know, I'm dealing with 50 to 70 artists as of now, and I'm doing that now for the city of Dana Point and starting to do it for the city of Anaheim. Gives you an idea of the connection between the reality of how we connect art and how we could make things happen, you know, where they might be able to make some money or exposure, which is so critical in that aspect. Apart from that, you know, we've done some big events. I was part of we do an event at the Segerstrom as a partner, which is pretty interesting because, you know, we're dealing with a city that's next to Santa Ana, our city. As partners, we look at, you know, the kind of money that's involved and the kind of events. So it's kind of, you look at things on that side of town, and then you look at things on this side of town. And it's kind of like, okay, where do we stand? And it kind of puts the pressure about being able to see what other cities do, okay? And being aware like what Dana Point and how Dana Point operates and how a city like Costa Mesa operates is a really interesting aspect. And then we look at our city because it gives us a guideline about, you know, where do we stand? You know, are we going to be behind them? Are we going to be partners with them? Which basically, in a certain way, we can. So that comes into play on that particular aspect. And but that pretty much gives you, you know, almost 30 years of experience in this particular field. And my last thing I did, I was challenged to be a lawyer, but at 60, I decided it wasn't exactly the thing I want to do at 60, but it gave me a really good foundation because now we look at things and I look at them from a legal point of view and business point of view, legal point of view. And I think it's been really helpful in how we approach and how we calculate things and how we get results. Because I have been in meetings and committees a long time, and I've seen a lot of people talk and a few things done. And because you've seen that, you're kind of like, okay, how are we going to become effective? It's just like running a business. If we don't, we're gonna go broke. And the last thing I want to do is know that I'll sit down with this committee, and we cannot effectively come to a conclusion about making something happen that we could see the results effectively. And that's a challenge because it is a valid challenge. So at the end of the day, what did this committee do? You know, 1 year goes by and says, what did we do? You know, it's better to do one good thing than a whole bunch of things that nothing gets done. So that's the challenge. What are we going to do that we effectively are going to accomplish? Instead of trying to talk about 1,001 things that we don't have the funding or the resources to do. So that's
so we'll look forward to working together to make things effective in this city.
So that tells you a little bit about me.
Thank you, Frank. Okay, so that's all for the introductions. And as I explained my role to you as a liaison, I'm hoping that, and to dovetail on what Frank was saying, that you'll be ambassadors for the arts and culture in the city. And that your role will be as advisors to the staff and as the eyes and ears in the community, since you were appointed by your council member, and bring forth feedback, suggestions, and recommendations for us. So I would really look forward to seeing how we can be a little bit more effective, a little bit more efficient. That would be fantastic. So now this is a time for the commission to consider matters under consent calendar. Items include number 1 and 2. The thing with this next part, though, is really more for those who've been on the commission before today, because we'll be talking about minutes. And since the new commissioners were not here last time, it doesn't really make sense for them to vote on it. So I'm still going to ask, do any members have any corrections to the minutes, items they wish to pull for separate discussion or abstain on? And so since the only person who was here from last the last commission, who was here for the minutes, is Jennifer. I guess, I'm not sure, would she then make the motion and then second it? I don't know, but I think everybody else probably would do the abstaining part.
Just to clarify for you, Tram, actually, all the commissioners can vote on the item because they're just voting to recognize the minutes and to submit them into the record. So for quorum purposes, you can have everyone vote on that. In terms of making changes to them, yes, if they weren't there, then they wouldn't be able to make comments on them. But all the new commissioners can vote on this item.
Okay, great, good to know. Okay, so anybody want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I move. Oh, go ahead, Jennifer. You were there. I'll second it.
moving forward. Perfect.
Okay.
Jennifer motion and Robin second.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay, so all those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those, okay. So matter approved by unanimous consent?
Actually, Tram, I hate to do this to you. This is one of those on a Zoom meeting like this, when you're outside of the chambers, you actually have to do a roll call vote.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Okay. Manny Escamilla?
Yes.
Did I guess? Yes. Frank Gutierrez?
Yes.
Fernando Olivares?
Yes.
Jose Hernandez?
Yes.
Thank you. And we have Robin McNair
Yes.
and Jennifer Oliva.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're moving on to the business calendar. We will now consider matters under the business calendar. The first item on the business calendar is item number 3, elections of the officers for the Arts and Culture Commission for 2020 to 2021 term. And now I must, okay. Moving into the elections, I am opening the election of officers at this time. If there is more than one nomination for an office, we shall vote by ballot. The floor is now open for nominations for chairperson. Are there any nominations?
Or you can nominate yourself as well.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and nominate myself at this point.
Thank you, Frank. Anyone else?
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if we could open up to discussion if anyone else was interested as well. I really don't know. I haven't had the chance to talk to anybody if they express interest, but Frank's expressed interest, and I don't know if anyone else does or has any interest in being the chair.
Okay, well, if there are no further nominations, nominations are now closed. So then, do we still vote if there's only one, or we just, Brian?
Yes, I think it would be best just for record keeping purposes to take a vote.
Okay. So we will handle by roll call then. Okay.
Okay. Do we do motion and second, Ryan?
No, not for election of officers.
Not for
You
election,
don't
okay.
need to, but you can clarify what they are voting for though right
Okay.
now.
Okay, so right now we're voting for chair, and Frank Gutierrez nominated himself, and I would like to know if Manny Escamilla approves.
Yes.
Robin McNair,
Yes.
Jennifer Oliva,
Yes.
Thank you.
Fernando Olivares,
Yes.
Thank
and
you.
Jose Hernandez.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then Frank. So we pass.
Mhm. Okay. And then what I say then, I motion that Commissioner Gutierrez be named the next chairperson effective March or February 2021. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Then I guess
Who second? I'm sorry.
Robin.
Robin. Thank you.
Okay. And I think we already did the roll call, so we don't have to say aye to approve that. Okay. Now we will proceed with nominations for vice chairperson. Are there any nominations?
So just one point of clarification. So are we not going to allow the chair to kind of start chairing now that they've been elected, or does it have to wait until the next meeting? So
We'll wait until the next meeting. And then I'll just finish up this meeting and then Commissioner
No,
Gutierrez.
well, I guess I'm looking for an answer from Ryan. If legally,
I'm sorry.
if that's required, or is it?
No, it's not required that he takes over this time. In fact, it typically is that he will take over at the next meeting. So he will start the next meeting as the chair, give him an opportunity to get prepared for that role.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Ryan. Okay, so now we will proceed with nominations for vice chairperson. Are there any nominations? And you can nominate yourself.
I'd like to nominate myself. This is Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
Okay, anybody, are there any other commissioners interested? Okay. If there are no further nominations, the nominations are now closed. And so now we will vote by roll call.
Give me 1 second here. Sorry, I'm trying to learn this new system. Okay. Manny Garcia, Manny Escamilla.
Yes.
Thank you. Frank Gutierrez,
Yes.
Jennifer Oliva. Fernando Olivares,
Yes.
Jose Hernandez.
Yes.
Thank you. So we all approve.
Thank you. Okay, so then I motion that Commissioner McNair be named the next vice chairperson effective February 2021. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you. Okay, so that concludes the business calendar. And we have a work study session. Please note that there will be no motion or action taken on this item. It's for discussion only. The first item on the work study session calendar is update on ad hoc subcommittee for mural guidelines. I'd like to invite Commissioner Oliva to present, please.
Thank you, Tram. So this is an update that's taken a full year to get here. So the Arts and Culture Commission Subcommittee on Mural Guidelines held a town hall on February 5th, 2020 to gain input on creating guidelines for mural and public art policy for public and or city-owned property in Santa Ana. Over 40 community members and leaders attended this meeting, many of whom were artists that will be directly affected by these guidelines. After a short presentation by subcommittee members, former Commissioner Jessica Cha and myself, the committee members spoke about what they would like to see in the guidelines. This town hall was followed up with an online survey. It was sent out to attendees to capture any final responses and ideas. The commission feels that with the survey responses, which were aligned with our working draft, it will have enough input from the community to create a robust set of guidelines that could be drafted into a mural policy that would reflect what the artists desire and what the city of Santa Ana needs. The next step for this subcommittee would be to reorganize with new members, review and finalize the current working draft, circulate it among the relevant city agencies such as Planning and Building, Public Works, Parks and Rec, for their additional input, and then present it to the public. This could be discussed with a subcommittee, but it could either be presented via survey or through a virtual town hall. And that's the update. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. And I guess I'd like to open up the floor for discussion. Is that how that works? Yeah, pretty much. Now, as a note, we can continue. I would like to continue this subcommittee, and to bring on new commissioners onto this subcommittee as well, assuming that Commissioner Oliva wants to continue. But we cannot have more than quorum. So we have the maximum of 3 commissioners can serve on this ad hoc subcommittee. Are there any who'd like to be part of this? Yes, Commissioner Gutierrez.
Yes, I'll go ahead and be part of it, but I do have a comment. So at this point, what was basically we're constructing the new people that are going to be involved with this subcommittee. Is that what we're doing? We're not considering anybody from previous times. So right now we're going to select 3 people that basically from our committee here that are going to be involved with this subcommittee. Am I correct? That's
Yes,
what we're doing.
including Commissioner Oliva. She will continue on the subcommittee.
Okay. And so whatever we're going to construct the next policy, or we're going to put the timeline. I would imagine our subcommittee and put it on the table. That's going to be part of what we're going to be doing. I would imagine.
Yes, the subcommittee will decide what needs to be done.
I'll go
There's
ahead.
already a draft of the guidelines, as Commissioner Oliva stated. So it would continue from there.
Okay, so I will consider that because apart from everything I do, I am back at Santa Ana College as an art student. Okay, and I am part of the mural program the first semester about a year ago. So I'm really aligned with TAC and its mural program. And I have an interest of connecting the body of students that are going to college. I have an interest in art, and the program we have at Santa Ana College is a very good program. We need more support from the city to support SAC on that venture because it's the only one in the country. Okay, and it's kind of like, whoa, it's the only program in the country. And I was there, okay? And
But
I think we have
for this particular ad hoc subcommittee, it is about the guidelines. So that would be the focus. And then from there, we can have other discussions about, how to bring in different programming. But this is about the committee itself is just talking about the guidelines and establishing that for the city.
Tram, I have a question. Pardon me.
Yes, and also let me just clarify one thing, just to emphasize what Commissioner Oliva already said, which is these guidelines are only for city-owned, publicly owned walls and buildings. So it's not about all the walls and buildings. Okay, so just keeping that in mind. I'm sorry, go ahead, Commissioner McNair.
So is this subcommittee, is this also where we can bring in ad hoc people from the community, or is this just with the commission?
I believe just with the commission, unless I'm incorrect, Ryan.
Well, the commission, the subcommittee would be directly made of commissioners, but then you'd still be able to have public meetings with members of the community. You probably wouldn't have any official title for them, but having an advisory board, bringing people in, like Alicia that wanted to volunteer, having a more public forum, that sort of thing, I think would be appropriate. And Ryan, correct me if I say anything wrong, but jump right in there.
No, that's correct. The committee, and I'd have to double check. It has been a while now, but I believe it was an ad hoc committee, so it was formed for this specific purpose to address these mural guidelines. So the actual ad hoc committee members are arts and culture commissioners, but you certainly can have more informal meetings where members of the public, are invited in as well for further discussions. Since it is an ad hoc committee and there are only 3 members, it does not require a full Brown Act meeting in order to have such meetings. But yeah, the actual members of the committee are commissioners.
If there are no other takers, I'd like to step up to that opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner McNair.
I don't. So there's still. Just to clarify, there's only 3 people that can be on, right? So then,
yes,
and we're at that number.
And Jose, if that's something you want to do, or any other the commissioners, like I'm open to deferring.
Would you like?
If you're offering, then I would be willing to, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, then to clarify, the ad hoc subcommittee on mural guidelines is Commissioner Oliva, Commissioner Gutierrez, and Commissioner Hernandez. Yes?
Yeah, and I don't know like what our process is going to be like for nominating alternatives, just because you know, as if we're talking about mural guidelines, we have one muralist that's like currently on the commission who isn't on that subcommittee. Sorry, Fernando, but you know, just seeing that it would be most appropriate to have a practicing muralist and practicing artist be part of the guideline formation makes a lot of sense to me. But you know, that's a discussion to see if anyone wants to proceed in that direction, or if we want to take a vote somehow. Or and again, I don't know how we're doing this without the chair to kind of take us into voting one person at a time, or just unilaterally assigning people.
I agree with you, Manny. I think it makes sense to have actual muralists on this to help from the field up.
I mean, may I speak?
Yes, of course.
I would love to be a part of the of this. I'm really new to this, so I just, that's why I didn't really say anything originally. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I would like to be involved, or I can always give my 2 cents to whoever's involved, Oliva, Gutierrez, or Hernandez.
Technically, okay, so we represent the committee, but we would love to have volunteers. And if you want to sign as volunteers to our committee, okay, I would say volunteer, because we're going to need the help, especially from artists and muralists. So if you want to say, I'm going to be a volunteer, now we know we can count on you to call you and be part of our decision making. That way we know as of now.
I can definitely do that.
Actually, I would be willing to give up my seat on the ad hoc committee for Commissioner Olivares to be involved, just because the muralist perspective and everything else.
Okay.
If you would like the position.
I would gladly accept that. Thank you.
Okay, so then now to re-clarify, the ad hoc subcommittee on mural guidelines will include Commissioner Olivares, Commissioner Gutierrez, and Commissioner Hernandez. Any other comments or points of discussion? Okay, great.
I actually have one.
Yes.
Sorry. Would it violate the Brown Act if they had meetings with the community, town hall meetings or other things for other commissioners to participate in those? Like, I would like to attend, but I wouldn't be on the ad hoc committee. Is that okay?
No, actually that would be a problem if you go and participate in those meetings, because then you would essentially be a 4th commissioner present, which would be a quorum of the commission present there, and it would need to be a notice meeting. So we would ask that the other commissioners who are not part of the ad hoc committee not attend any of the ad hoc committee meetings. However, it is important to note that the ad hoc committee will be bringing their findings and recommendations back to the full commission, so everyone will have their opportunity to voice their opinions on whatever comes back to the full commission.
Thank you for the clarification.
Right, but Ryan, would it still be possible to record the meetings and watch the meetings afterwards as commissioners, right? So no direct participation, either physical presence, virtual presence, or anything, but still watching a YouTube clip or something of the meeting proceedings, if that was to be done?
Yes, yeah. If it's just to watch a recording, or even, if we're still in this mode where there's Zoom meetings, I don't know. But if it's, as long as you're not participating in it, but just observing, I think that would be okay.
Good questions. Okay. If we don't have any more comments.
Actually, I have a quick question.
Okay.
So I heard something about a survey that was done. Do we have the findings of that? And so just, would like to see if I could have that, or if there's any other, that, I guess just the specs of that, like who was surveyed, how many people, and all that good stuff.
Okay. Now, moving on to staff member comments. And this is a little meta because in my dual role as staff and chair for today of the commission, I will be presenting the staff comments and updates. So first of all, for all the new commissioners, I will be scheduling a one-on-one Zoom orientation, which normally would happen in person. And that's when I would give you the Arts and Culture Commissioner Handbook, which looks like this normally, and it has all the stuff in it, but we'll go over it on Zoom one-on-one. So please look out for an email from me. But for now, I'm going to share my screen to do an update on all the different projects that we've been doing so far, to get you updated or up to speed. That's the word I was looking for. Okay, hold on. Again, this is the first time I'm doing this, so please. Let's see how this works.
Tram, I think I need to make you a co-host so that in order for you to share the screen. Give me
Oh, okay.
1 second.
I see I can share screen. Oh, I see.
Okay. You should have access now. You should be able to do it.
Okay. So hold on, let me. Clean up my thing. Share screen. I think I want this one. Okay. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Oopsie doopsie. Way ahead of myself here.
Well, it all looks good so far, so thank you.
You know what? Here we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. So the first project that we're currently working on I'm very proud to finally get this one going is actually our fourth phase of the utility box art program. And thanks to funding from South Main, we were able to do 11 boxes down there. This is the reason why, as you can see here very clearly, how rough these boxes are. And this is like right next to a school. And you see this, if you can see down here, it's like an inch thick of paint that has been coated through, I would say, a decade of paint there, that every time somebody tags it, they come out and they repaint it and repaint it. It's been cracking. And it took this artist, a whole day just to scrape all this off. So, so we're really glad. And this is the final product of his particular, that was Kalim, for those of you who know Carlos, Kalim Quevedo. And finally, this is the gorgeous artwork that, do you see my, oops, okay, I'm gonna move that just in case. There we go. So you see this gorgeous artwork, and I love that it matches, it complements the tree that's underneath. This is like the perfect spot for Kalim's artwork. So thank you. Manny actually was on the panel and he helped select or assign these boxes. So that was perfectly worked out. And here are some other ones. Here are the 11 utility boxes on South Main. The ones, so I invite you to go out and see them in person. The ones with asterisks are in progress, as you see here. And yeah, lovely, lovely artwork that just brightens up the space. You can see, especially in Maine. Or South Main rather. Next is Willits and Sullivan Beautification Project. We finally got in the landscape. These are new plants, so that's why it looks really bare, but once it grows out, it'll be lush again, but it needs to be like this, especially during the winter when it's dormant. we installed solar paneled lights. So these don't draw any electricity from the city. And plus, because there is no electricity around there to draw from. So we had to be creative and bought and installed these lights. And this is the design that our designer proposed. And this one, Commissioner Oliva sat on this panel. And this is the artist conceptual drawing with the just color samples. This is where he is proposing to place it in that plot of land that I just showed you. There's going to be a plaque somewhere around here with a poem in the Aztec language, and giving a little history of this Aztec god. This is just a wood rendering, again, conceptual, just so you can see the depths and the different layers that this artist will eventually weld with metal and then placed up here.
Where's the budget? Where's the
yes.
budget coming in for that particular project?
This one was a CDBG grant.
What kind of money are we spending on that grant?
This entire project cost CDBG grant and funding from the arts and culture budget, which came from strategic planning and the general fund, the city's general fund.
How much money?
But the entire budget it started off, CDBG actually only gave us, I think it gave us $20,000 for the artwork itself. And I believe they spent a certain amount of money. I don't know the exact numbers. I don't want to say it, for the landscaping. But if you look here, this is the old landscaping, and it had these aloe vera plants. And if you know, these agave plants can grow really high, because the original intent was to keep out, loiters and things like that, and bad stuff from happening here in this particular plot of land. Because there's a school right over here. There's an elementary school right across the street, and then there's residents in the back. So they wanted to make this a safe space for families to just be able to enjoy as a beautification project. And so when our artist came in and our landscape person came in, they said that this is just going to keep growing bigger and bigger, and it would be actually a danger, liability issues. So that's when they came in and they redug it and put in these other more hospitable plants, and then put in this decomposed granite pathway so that folks can walk around the artwork and take pictures with it and whatnot. And so that one we had to put in an extra, I would say about 40 grand to do that, to do the landscaping over and buy the lights, because there was no lights in the original plan. Just to be clear, I know some of you don't know this history, but this project was supposed to happen about 4 years ago, before I even started. And so then I took over, and that's how long it took to raise the money and, do all this and get the bids and find the artists and all of that.
So we already gave the artist, we paid the artist already, 20 grand?
Yes. Yeah. Well, when the artist completes the project, they'll be paid the full amount.
Okay. What's the projected time for completion?
April of this year.
It'd be interesting to see some shots of progress on it.
Yes. So then this is, so then there's that. We were also able to find some funding to restore this mural. So this is the original mural of Cesar Chavez in Jerome Park. And this is actually a historic mural, because it was part of a citywide initiative by the mayor of LA, Villaraigosa, if you even remember him way back when. He wanted to raise funds and do 30 murals around California in honor of Cesar Chavez. And Santa Ana was chosen as one of the cities to have this mural. And so this was the original mural. So there's one artist who did the original artwork, and then each artist in each of these 30 cities could do their own interpretation from that original artwork. So this was the mural as it was in Jerome Park originally, and then it became defaced. I believe it was already tagged once, and they painted over the face, and so it opened up to more tagging here. And we didn't have any funding to to fix that. So, and then it became tagged again over here. So now we finally have some funding, and we're working on restoring this mural.
Well, how much money are we going to spend on this one?
This one is about, I would say, $3,000.
So we're going to
Because
pay.
I'm sorry.
We're going to pay to one artist, basically, or we're going to.
Yeah, we have to pay for the cleaning of this, and
Mhm.
then also because you can't see, but there's a lot of other little marks around here, including restoring this area in particular, and then the artist would then retouch up all this to brighten up the colors, and then put a coat of anti-graffiti coating.
So we have a call to artists for this particular project at this point.
Yes, we're
At
working
this
with an
point,
artist.
we're working with an artist or a
Yes,
call to
we're working
artist.
with the original artist actually who
But
designed.
the original is still around.
Yes.
And Commissioners, if I could just jump in real quick and just remind everyone, this is a time for staff comments. So this is really just an update to some projects. If we need further discussion or, a few questions are all right, but if we get too involved on any one particular item, we'll have to put it on the agenda for a future meeting.
Thank you, Ryan, for the reminder. Okay.
I like to put it on the. We're going to spend that kind of money. I just want to know that we're on top of it. So put it on the agenda.
We will consider what will be put on the agenda, and it depends on the priorities of each meeting. But thank you for your suggestion. We'll consider that. Okay. We finally got a social media a page for Facebook and Instagram. So please, I'd like to invite all commissioners to like and follow our Facebook and Instagram accounts, where we update the community on different opportunities and things like that that are city related. It must be city related. Yes, and you can, every time I send an email in my signature, there's some buttons there if you like to access our page quickly and like it that way. And we were able to give, before the pandemic and the shutdown, we were able to distribute some of the funding for investing in the artist grant, which is an annual grant. And this would be our 5th year doing this. And this past time, the theme was to uplift and support and involve our elders in the community, which, older artists. And 4 were able to be finished before the pandemic hit. This one is about these youth who came in and played music with and for the senior citizens at this center. They played with them too, they involved them. This is about a mural at Delhi that captured the historic time of Delhi. There's 4 murals around, and also listing all the names of the original residents of that neighborhood. And this one is Magic Ink Academy that presented a lot of senior citizen artists or older artists as part of their annual block party, and that was wonderful. And this one is with OCTAC, the Orange County Children's Therapeutic Arts Center. And they work with senior citizens to create these quilts, these portrait quilts. But there were 11 grantees total, and only 4 were able to be completed before the pandemic. So we still have 7 that have been extended. Their agreements have been extended so they can continue, because they involved gatherings and meeting with groups of people.
How much did we spend on the grants?
$70,000. That's usually our grant amount, is $70,000.
That was the total amount, or just the one that's what we used?
Total amount, total for all 11.
But we haven't used them all. We only used 4.
Correct.
Okay, so we have several. Okay. Put that on the agenda if possible, because that's an open aspect that will come up.
Okay, I'll make note of those. And again, depending on what we need to discuss for next time. Now, HeartLink was a project that was in partnership between the City of Santa Ana's Arts and Culture Office, Homeless Services, and with Mercy House. And with Mercy House and the other homeless divisions of Orange County, to bring arts to these, to dispel a lot of the myths and misunderstandings of homeless individuals by having them express themselves through the arts and show their humanity. And I think a lot of times we forget that homeless individuals are humans and they involve families and children. And so we were hoping that this would, bring that out and let everybody see that. Unfortunately, we had to wrap it up this year because it was not, and we were able to act, it was so successful the first year that the second year we extended it another year, but then we had to wrap it up because it's not feasible to do these workshops in person in homeless shelters because of the pandemic.
How much did we spend on that?
That one we spent, I believe, I don't know off the top of my head right now, but I could send you those numbers.
Okay.
And that's it.
Cool. Well, Trina, thanks for that. I know just like we quick comments and suggestions. And so it sounds like we're going to need the budget numbers for every subsequent meeting. So Frank I think we'll be consistent on that question, just so that those are ready. And if at all possible, that when we do kind of do these staff updates, if we know that we're essentially going through an update on projects, that we can agendize it along with the PowerPoint with enough time so that people can comment on the projects themselves. I do have maybe like 4 or 5 comments on those projects, but I respect that it's not on the agenda and I won't be able to get into it in detail. But I think in the future, if we did actually agendize this as an update along with the PowerPoint so that we can get public comments on the individual items, because that's just going to speed up the efficiency of this particular committee, because I don't want to basically keep adding things down the road next month and then the next month when we can just do it right away, have some quick comments and inputs, and just make this work go by a little bit faster.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Okay, and then next is we'll do commission member comments. Commissioner members, please note that no member may speak more than once until all have had an opportunity to speak. Also, the commission may vote to limit our comments to 3 minutes each if we feel the need. But I think maybe for this first session, let's try to keep it to 3 minutes. So let's start again with the mayor representative, Commissioner Hernandez.
Yes. Well, it's a real honor, personally, to be able to be a part of this a type of decision-making body. I have personally no political aspirations, and it might be cliche to say, but on the personal level, I think one of the very important things that I want to be involved with is art and culture. I mean, the fact of the matter is, music saved my life when I was in high school, and I went to school, and I went to school in Anaheim, but our sister city, and there's a lot of similarities with both school districts. And the point of the matter was that without the instruction that I had from my band leader, to be able to feel that that was a part of something bigger than myself, through the concert band, making just lifelong bonds with my community, and being able to showcase my talent is something that really helped me early on. And in a moment, especially when the youth and folks are really struggling with depression and anxiety and isolation, I just really think it's important that we promote that art heals and culture heals, and the culture that involves the artist and uplifts that in whatever type of, whether it's visual or written or others, I think is a vibrant and healthy culture. And that's the kind of city that we want to build here in Santa Ana. So I invested a better part of 10 years of my life pushing for improvement in the quality of lives in all sorts of ways, but mainly political, through civic engagement, and other words, in other ways, through the grassroots level. But I just think it's really important that we keep in mind that we serve the residents, we serve the youth, and we serve the artists that have been working in our community for so many years, because we have so much talent, and Santa Ana is unique in Orange County. There's no other one like it. So looking forward to the good work that we can do. And yeah, thank you very much and for having me here tonight.
Thank you, Jose. Okay, Ward 1.
Great. No, thank you. Yeah, it's good to be back up and running. So looking forward to the meetings as they continue. Best of luck to all the new commissioners. Jennifer, that stuck around. The most experienced commissioner that we have here. And it is an amazing city. Arts and culture really are. It is one of the things that makes this a unique place. It's not the only thing, but it is one of the things that is really important to the people that live here. I love the culturally relevant artwork that we're promoting throughout the city. I think that that's one of the things that we've learned over the last few years is how to make it impactful in people's lives and how to make sure that there's meaning beyond the kind of highbrow art world that we all try to get some serious tax dollars. And I know that's part of this, but the ability to emotionally connect and to represent our community is something that's extremely important. And thank you, Tram, for working on this. It's not an easy city to work in. I know that. And just to let us be like, hopefully have this be a place of honesty and self-reflection, because as a commission we actually do get a little bit of more time and less demands, so we can have a little bit more back and forth. So I don't know if it's a citywide policy currently that we only have public comments at the beginning and then not throughout the meeting, but I know we used to allow public comments kind of right before each item, and it seems to me that in a commission situation, at least, like where it doesn't slow down the work that much, and it actually could be useful to have a little bit more public feedback as the meeting progresses. I would like that. I don't know how the rest of the commission feels about that, but I do think that would be one way to let people know that, yeah, we're not here to try to hide anything. This is us trying to get work done for the public using public dollars. Which, Frank, thank you for the questions on the money, because that is extremely important that we know where the money's going and how we might be able to fund some of these projects in the future. So that's, I guess, the overall aspect that I have. I did want to add one comment to the new mural coming in, or the new sculpture. I know it's maybe outside of the scope of this, but David Vasquez, who was one of the individuals kind of saving the Aztec and Nahuatl language. If we can have anything incorporated for him and his work, because he literally was one of the people that wrote the Aztec alphabet, like the modern version of an Aztec of a Nahuatl alphabet. And he was here in our community. He has a lot of his own sculptures that are in French Park, and was a wonderful human being. I know we closed out in memory of him. But something that's a little bit more permanent that shows the contribution that he made to the preservation of the Nahuatl language, I think would be extremely important, especially given that particular theme in that particular sculpture.
Thank you. Okay, Ward 2.
I really appreciated the update you gave us, Tram. COVID really did just halt the committee completely in 2020. So it was really great to see all the projects that were already in the works, how they came about, how they were realized. So that was a great presentation. Thank you. And I just want to say welcome to all the new commissioners that'll be joining the committee. It'll be just so great to get back up and running and really make changes in our city and bring that art and bring those visuals that we just love seeing so much, and just make our city more and more vibrant. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And Ward 4, Commissioner McNair.
Yes, thank you. And thank you especially, Tram, for your leadership tonight and guiding us through, especially those of us who are brand new to this process. We really appreciate that and the updates that you provided. I am pleased to say that a couple of years ago, former Commissioner Cha led the commission into adopting a resolution, or I'm not exactly sure if it was a proclamation resolution, that stated Santa Ana, the city, is an equity in arts learning champion. So we have taken on that, and I'm so proud of the city and this arts rich community that we have. It's been vibrant. We want to continue for it to be vibrant, and I'm excited to serve. And I really want to underscore what Jose said, because the arts do heal and our youth need it, and they need the opportunities to see themselves reflected in what's going on. And so to Manny's point, the beautiful and amazing mural work that's going on is spectacular and exciting to see our city. And I know that others are coming from other communities to come see what we're doing in Santa Ana. And we're really setting the stage for a lot of things. And then I also want to personally invite everyone to please come to Boca de Oro. You will see our beautiful the local artists, our youth, their voices being elevated and amplified, and just an opportunity to celebrate some of the beautiful things that are going on. Also, Jose said that earlier, just the wonderful talent and spirit and heart of the youth in our city. So please come and celebrate and support with us and enjoy the wonderful content from the confines of your own home this year. So we look forward to the time that we can be together and commune in the community as artists. And for now, we bring this offering to enjoy and celebrate because we certainly need it right now. Thank you, and I look forward to serving.
Thank you, Commissioner. Next, Ward 5, Commissioner Olivares.
I wanted to bring up again what Josue talked about earlier about the, I think it's also important to include the youth. It's me, for example, when I was, I never thought I could actually make a living out of art. And whenever we put events together, during art walks and such, we always try to do just small events that involve the youth. I think it's important to focus on that for sure. Any art programs or events that can show our young artists, that it is possible, and just really, it's important, I think. I also had a question, maybe if I can get updated on restoring the existing utility boxes. I know I did one on Bristol and MacArthur myself. I ended up restoring it myself because it did get tagged on. And I lived right by it. So I just went over there and repainted it. But I've noticed, I'm in downtown, my students in downtown Santa Ana, and I noticed there's boxes up there that are already getting graffitied. And I do remember getting an email about restoring it, and I don't know where we're at with that. So I want to see if I can get updated on that. And Robin, if you can share with me later on your more about your event with Boca de Oro, so I can help you promote it also on my social media and all that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to touch on. Oh, and Frank was talking about the budgets for all the murals and sculptures. That is interesting because I also want to know how that's planned out. How that is budgeted. Are we involved in that? Because it does seem like some of these are really, really up there. That's it.
Thank you, Commissioner. And finally, Ward 6, Commissioner Gutierrez.
That's the first time, of course, I've been in this position. And from my experience, I think one of the challenges is to look at ourselves as commissioners and create a team of people that we could work together, okay? The challenge is that we as commissioners have to select, a couple items and select the easiest of those items to know that we could accomplish the easiest item of that agenda that we want to accomplish. And once we accomplish one, we feel comfortable as a team, because being a team is essential. I cannot have a commission with people going off in different angles. I've been there, I've seen that. We have to come to a consensus as a team. We have to select doable items, because doable items, and once we accomplish them, it's going to give us a sense of power and accomplishment, not only to us, but to the people that see us and to see our commission and to see the community of Santa Ana. Santa Ana is a beautiful city. Anybody would drop in here from the sky, it would say, man, it looks like Pasadena, okay? the historical buildings we have, the streets, the history, and the culture we have here, the people from all over the place. So I leave it to a simple aspect of being selective about a couple items. And of those items, let's select the first one and let's see if we could challenge ourselves as a team to accomplish it within a timeline, with a budget. And let's feel comfortable that we accomplished that. And then we'll go to the next one. And then we'll go to the next one. And every time we accomplish one and we succeed with one, we become a stronger team. I leave that for you to think, because with my experience of so many years involved in this, the last thing is I want to do is know that I was part of something. And at the end, what did we do? I leave you to think about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Yes, Commissioner Oliva.
Yeah, I just want to give one quick comment. A lot of the things that we saw today, a lot of the updates that we got, we were presented with the budget, we were presented with the numbers prior to these things happening. So they do happen in the meeting prior to ever going out. There are panels, you do judge to see who gets the funding. So all these things do happen. It's just that tonight was an update, and I think that's why we were missing the numbers. But everything's laid out for you in the meetings when we're approving anything. So just wanted to put that out there.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Yeah, and to add to that, I think that, sometimes it's just, it feels like maybe someone doesn't see some forms. So if we can, whenever possible, get the drafts attached to the presentations as well, that would be helpful. Because I think we referenced like draft guidelines, but I haven't even seen them yet. So, members of the public that are interested in commenting, anything like that we can make public during the commission meetings would be very helpful. Just so we know kind of what our starting point is, and then if anyone has a major issue that's really interested in commenting, they'll be able to see that stuff as well. So whenever possible, if we can have that ready and available, that would be great.
Okay. Well, so for some of the issues that some commissioners brought up, I will send you information that you need individually. Otherwise, we will meet again next time. Let's see. Okay, so I would say the meeting is adjourned. Our next regular meeting. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I do, I guess as the chair for today, I just want to thank everybody again for being very engaged and for all your wonderful feedback. Actually, very good. I'd love to strengthen this commission and do even more work. We work so hard laying a lot of foundational work. And I like to continue that, to build upon these foundations and also, create the policies so that it is fair, equitable, transparent, moving forward for all of Santa Ana. And so that we elevate the arts together. So with that, let's see. The meeting is adjourned, and our next regular meeting is scheduled for March 18th, 2021 at 5:30 p.m.
Oh, I will be able to make that one. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye, everybody. Good night.
Bye.
Tram,
you.
Tram, you
Yeah.
can connect me with other commissioners, right? Because I would like to get a hold of Fernando.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night, everybody.